All right, so what is soil? Soil is what your plant's roots live in. It needs oxygen, it needs to hold water, it needs to hold nutrients, it needs to give it structure, it needs to give it some weight too. All these things are important for support. So what is real soil in nature? Real soil is dirt. Dirt is either sand, silt, or clay. You guys know sand and clay. Sand is like the big coarse sand is like at the beach, and clay is real thick and sticky because it just holds on to everything. Sand lets everything go through. So what we developed is SuperSoil, which is sandy loam from our own virgin property in South Texas, which is the perfect mix of mostly sand and a little bit of silt and clay. So we take that, but that's very heavy, but that's the ideal substrate for plant roots to grow any plant. But to lighten it up and to give it some different characteristics, we add in rice hulls and we add in cocoa core, which is the shells of the coconut husk. So this helps improve water retention. This helps aerate and make it lighter. So what's the alternative? What does everyone else use? They use potting mix. Potting mix, all these garden soils, potting mix, everything sold at the big box stores, garden centers, is sawdust. That's right, it's trees, it's the waste products from the lumber industry. You're planting trees and other dead trees. So the problem with a purely organic based potting mix, which is what sawdust is, it's made from carbon, which is trees, is that it breaks down over time. As it breaks down, it's decomposing. Decomposition absorbs and takes up oxygen. Your plant roots need oxygen, they need aeration. If they don't have that, they're gonna get root rot and die. So that's very, very important, because a citrus tree isn't just like an annual, it won't live just for a season or for a year. It's perpetual. It should live 10 years, 15 years, 20 years in a pot and produce fruit. So it needs a very, very solid soil. So that's why we created SuperSoil. If you want to create your own proper substrate, your own proper soil, you can use a ratio of 1/3 sand by volume, not by weight, 1/3 sand, 1/3 rice hulls, or perlite is acceptable to also use. That's very good stuff. And 1/3 cocoa core once you soak this and expand this, or peat moss. You should be able to find all those things easily. You can find sand at a Dirt Depot, you can find sand at Home Depot, etc. in bags. That's not as good as the sand we use. It's not steam sterilized, it's not filtered, but it's okay. It's better than your potting mixes. We had a lot of other things into SuperSoil to make it a premium soil. We had 5% biochar, we had some CKA, we charged it with microbials, and we have some sulfur in there to help control and reduce the pH to make it ideal for any plant. So, and citrus likes a pH between 6 to 7, like most plants. 6 is really your ideal pH for any plant. So when you use a potting mix, when you use a soil for indoor gardening, for outdoor gardening, I would highly recommend you use a mineral-based soil. Mineral is referring to the sand. That sand comes from rocks. It's granite and rocks have been weathered away over many years, over eons. So that is based off silica, it's not based off carbon. So it never decomposes. So it's permanent, it's gonna be there forever. So use something like that, because that's what we have in nature. If you look outside, if you look at the forests, if you look at the jungles, everything is, if you look at the grasslands, everything is in dirt, which is either sand, which is a mixture of sand, silt, and clay, and all that is mineral based. But you can make your own, and you can make it in a way so it's lighter, and it has more characteristics of what you want, maybe a little more water retention, etc., etc. That's very, very important. That's one of the keys to gardening, and that's one of the 3 plant pillars.